I'm a mom. Mommy? Mamacita? I'm a mommy. A mom of what? A mom of this little one. Oh, you guys, pinch me. Thank you, God, for featuring me. Pinch me. Ay, 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 ay. Kosha. Plus, it's style. Oh my gosh, my makeup is messing up my baby. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mtola. My name is Gamu, and to all my returning subscribers, hi, I'm Mtola, and welcome back to yet another video. Welcome back to you, welcome back to me, welcome back to us. Oh my god, you guys. Crazy times. But yeah, I'm here with this man that had taken me away from you all for quite some time now. I am here to fill you guys in on that just a little bit. But before we get into the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload an awesome video like this one. And let's get straight into it. Oh papa, oh my god, oh so okay. I'm just here to catch you guys up a little bit on what's been going on. I know guys, right now everybody's trying to like get everybody to stop saying I don't like this, I don't like that, because everybody hates everything at the moment. But honestly speaking, I don't like saying life update. Life update is just giving pompous. I don't know, for me it just gives pompous, so I don't like saying it's a life update. I'm just here to catch you up on what's been going on. Okay, let's just keep it at that. We're just catching up. The title of the video will say life update, but I'm just here to catch you up. Okay, just so when you see the title, you're not like, she said she doesn't want to say life update, but she's literally giving us the life update. Girl, whatever. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And obviously in true me fashion, I'm not gonna sit down and talk to you guys not doing anything. Since I am breastfeeding, I cannot drink alcohol, so I am currently drinking jungle juice. Currently struggling with milk supply, so I am trying this out. Not necessarily struggling, but like my supply is quite low and I don't feel like my baby's getting full. I am trying out formula feeding. Like I'm trying to mix feed formula and my breast milk while I'm trying to get my milk supply to go higher. So that's what I'm currently having. This morning I had the jungle juice, but it was hot. Like I made it hot, like I made it like tea. Now I've made it with ice, I've made it cold, because I don't know which one works. Okay, it's just trial and error. Everything's just trial and error, go. Okay, that's what's up. So clink clink. First off, my fingers are busted, my nails are crazy. It's postpartum things. I'm not even apologizing for it, girl. It's normal. Okay, I don't know why I'm crashing out every 2 bloody seconds, but yeah. Wow, it tastes good. So cool, yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna start with my brows. I'm not gonna take you through the products that I'm gonna be using because that's not what we're here for. Anywho, I'm a mom. A mommy? Mamacita? A mom of what? Yes, I am a mom, you guys. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I can't believe I'm using these words. Guys, my baby is wanting me. My baby wants me. The baby doesn't even know he exists. Child wasn't go one time me. Anyways, let's get into it. Let me just get into it so that I can finish up and go give my child attention. Ciao. Say a little bit about. Say give my child attention. Hey wena. Isn't this man Mamela? Mamela. Hello. Anyway, let's start. Let me give you guys a backstory. So what happened? How did I find out? When did I find out, and what led to me finding out? Cool shop. So it is 2024. It is last year, right? Cool. So I started feeling sharp pain in, I'm getting straight to the point. Lampona, don't you like story times like this? Like just get straight to the point, like without around. Love that for us. Anyway, sharp. So it's 2024 is November. I am feeling this sharp pain in my boobs every single morning when I wake up. Like when I say every single morning, I'm talking about every morning. Every morning when I wake up, there is this sharp pain that I'm feeling in my boobs, and I just can't take it anymore. And one of the resolutions that I had for 2025 was that I am going to stop ignoring whenever I'm feeling pain. I am getting older, you know what I'm saying? So I am at an age where I need to take my health seriously. I know guys, the lighting is probably crazy. It's showing at the back. I am having to improvise because my mom is in the lounge with the baby, and you know what, I got to get this going. I got to get back to self. You get what I'm saying? So girl, Like I told you, I'm crashing every 2 bloody seconds. Anyway, so yeah, that's one of the things I told myself I wanted to do for myself this year, 2025. But I told myself this in 2024 to say, like, I need to start taking my health very seriously. Like, like a sharp pain somewhere, or anything of any nature, I need to stand up, stop procrastinating, stop putting it at the back. I just need to start taking my health very seriously. So that was one of the things that I told myself I'm gonna do for 2025. So sharp, my boob, every single morning I wake up, my boobs are on fire. Literally, guys, like, I don't have cancer. I've never had cancer, and I've never had somebody who has cancer around me, so I don't really know how cancer feels, but it felt like I had cancer. I swear down, it felt like my boob, like I literally had cancer. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get this sorted out, over and above the fact that I'm just always so tired and very sluggish, very, very sluggish. But I didn't pay attention to me being sluggish. I just thought, you know what, it's November in any case, like it's probably like year-end fatigue, and this is normal stuff, so let me just go. Fine, I go to my gynae, right? So when I get there, I tell her all these symptoms. She's like, get on the bed, we will take your urine after here, but for now, because when I got there, I just like, I explained my symptoms to her, and I told her, like, can she please run tests, because I just wanted her to run every test possible that she can run in her capacity. So I was like, any test possible, can you please run it on me, because the feelings I'm feeling, girl, they're not cute. So I need you to run every test you can run in your capacity. She does that. She does the pap smear. I came back, I actually gave you guys an update on the 29th, and I told you that the pap smear was not bad at all. I went there with the preconceived notion, obviously, because you know how we do research, we listen to other people's experiences and we hear what other people have got to say about the things that we were about to go and do, so I also had done that. Like, I'd heard people say a pap smear is very painful, like people say it's painful, or the first time I did it was painful and I never went back. So I also had that thing. I was very scared. I was like, but when I got there, she said, listen, let it be your own experience. By the way, I had the best guy in the entire planet. Like, I don't care what you want to say, okay? That's just that on that. Anyway, yeah, she's like, I want you to sit here and have your own experience. Do not have a preconceived notion, because then you're not going to have your own experience. Like, you're not going to come back and say for yourself, So sharp. For me, really, it was not painful. Obviously, it was just uncomfortable because something is going in there. That was uncomfortable, but it was not painful. We do that, and then she takes that little stick that they use to check for pregnancy, she sees there on the screen. Cool. She's like, look at the screen. I'm like, She's like, can you see that little, there was something there was. She's like, can you see that little what there? I'm like, yeah, I can see it. She's like, yep, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, hold on. Oh, Tuan. I'm like, hold on. What? She's like, yeah, you're pregnant. Cool. And then she confirms that obviously her equipment tells us how far along I am, and I was 6 weeks at the time. She's like, yeah, you're 6 weeks pregnant, and this is what's up, I will not lie, I was very numb to it, and I was numb because everything to build up to that point where she says I'm pregnant was not giving that I'm pregnant. And because I'm used to a whole lot of other symptoms that I was having at that point, I did not think that I could be pregnant. So for example, number one, I hadn't seen my period since September. I'm used to having an irregular period flow since 2020, so I'm used to, like, I can go on my period today and I'd be on my period for like 6 days. Next month I go on my period, I'm on my period for 1 day. The next 3 months I'm not on my period, and they come back again. So I'm very used to having an irregular period. So that to me did not give I'm pregnant, Being sluggish, like I said, it's year end, and I mean, year end fatigue happens to the best of the best. So it could probably be that. My boobs being painful, like I said, I thought it's cancer, girl, because the pain was too much. Like, the pain was a lot, like it was a lot, So when she told me, I was numb. But it's not to also say, Wuti, like I was taking any preventative measures. It's not like I'm on any contraceptive or anything of that sort. So why are you shocked? Are you shocked? Don't be shocked, So she's like, congratulations, but you don't look happy, yabo. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm confused. I'm really confused, but yeah, I'm not angry or sad or anything. I'm just really confused. She's like, are you on contraceptive? I'm like, no. She's like, okay, and what's confusing? I'm like, you know what, Ne, I'm not promoting unsafe sex, and I'm not promoting for people to not abstain and take preventative measures, right? It's something that I was doing, and I'm not saying people should do it. but I was not on any kind of contraceptive, and I was not falling pregnant. And I think a lot of people, because I've seen this conversation somewhere before, a lot of girls like kind of are like, we're on the same boat where we were thinking probably like I'm infertile because I'm not doing anything to prevent me not getting pregnant, but I'm not falling pregnant, I'm not getting pregnant, you know what I'm saying? So it was just that, hence I'm saying I was confused, because I was like, I had in my heart of hearts, honestly speaking, I had already like made peace with the fact that I'm probably infertile. And because like it's not like I was actively looking for a baby, or like I was like dying to have a baby, like we're trying to have a baby. It was not something I was gonna look into. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not something I was gonna go to a doctor and be like, please check if I have fertility or something like that. Like, it was not something I was looking into. Do you get? So I was confused. Like, you know, like when you like, it's like somebody speaking Spanish to me. Like I was legit confused. Like I was gone. I was far gone. I was confused. So sharp. But she's like, okay, cool. So we're gonna start your antenatals. Obviously, you're gonna do your antenatals with me, and then I'm gonna book you for your next appointment. Maybe at your next appointment, you'll be more excited. I'm like, probably. I leave her rooms. This is now when I go buy sparkles, right? The day we bought sparkles is the day we found out that we're about to be mamacitas, right? We're about to be mamacitas. Sharp. So immediately she told me that I'm pregnant. I knew that I do not want to tell anybody. Like, I don't want to tell anyone else. This is going to be between myself. And the next best person to tell is obviously Shimi, because I wanted to remain between me and him until I'm ready to tell anybody else, whether it's a friend or my mom or his mom or anyone else for that matter. You know what I'm saying? So I just knew that immediately I wanted it to be just between me and him. So I honestly would have loved to surprise him. Like, you know, the whole when he comes back, and then maybe when I'm making him breakfast, I take the pregnancy test and I put it under the plate. When he's done eating, as he lifts up the plate, there's the pregnancy test. And you know how they do it in movies and series, and we go, oh my god, baby expecting. And I wanted to do that. I really wanted to do that, but I can't, because also his schedule is crazy. We never know when he's coming. You know, whenever he comes home, it's always so spontaneous. It's nothing planned. Like, a lot of things, like the odds were just against me, and I just knew that, you know what, because I'm planning not to tell anyone, I have to tell someone, you know, and it just has to be him. So I'm unfortunately going to have to break it down to him via the phone. So I do that. I send him the everything I did, because I went to, after my gynae, there's a lab there, there's a Lancet lab there where I had to now go and submit my blood and stuff like that, and submit my pap smear thingy so that they can give me the results, I don't know, whenever. So yeah, I sent him all of that stuff because I was taking pictures of it, obviously. So yeah, I sent him all of that, and I sent him, and I was like, hey babe, so here's where we are, you know. And he's happy. He's like, yo babe, I'm happy, how are you feeling? And I tell him I'm confused as if, you know, I'm confused because I'm just like, this is one of the things that I feel like I wasn't talking to God about, because I had an ordeal in 2020. I keep on referencing 2020 is because I had an ordeal in 2020, and that ordeal just left me feeling very confused as well. Like, left me feeling, I was just questioning, would say like, a God that loves us can put us through stuff like this, you know. But okay, I understand that his will is what is going to prevail at the end of the day, you know. So I'm not questioning God, but I was questioning God at the time. You get? So I just tell him, yeah, after the 2020 ordeal, I just feel like I'm really confused, you know. I'm not angry, and I'm not thinking of other things. I'm just really confused. I thought God had forsaken me with this department, you know, and it's not something that I'm passionate about, you know, but that was then. I was like, it's not something I'm passionate about or actively looking to fix or look into. But I honestly had thought that, like, yeah, no shame, probably this is not something God would call me to, you know. So yeah, I tell him this, and I can just hear in his voice that he's worried, you know, he's really worried. And immediately after that, he flies down. I think I don't know, what day was it? It was during the week, right? When I went to go get sparkles and we did this. I think on the weekend, Shimi arrived, you know. He just had to come to make sure that I'm not thinking of doing crazy things, because it definitely sounded like I'm probably considering option B type thing, you know, but I wasn't. Like, I that was the farthest thing from my mind. Like I said, I just thought that God had forsaken me when it comes to that, in the sense that probably it's not something that he will call me to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, because not like I'm actively looking in any case, you know. So I was like, I'm just accepting my fate, the fact that I'm probably just barren, you know. So when he came now, and I just could see the excitement in his eyes, and he just came to give me that console and just came to make sure that I'm okay and I'm not thinking of other things. And I was like, but how can you, like, don't take me like that. I would never do that. Like, I'd never do that. Now I'm excited. Now that I've spoken to him and I've made him understand how I was feeling and my fear around the whole thing, given the fact that in 2020 we went through what we went through. Let's embrace it and experience it the way it's happening. Let's take it one day at a time, basically, you know. And I was happy with that. So now I was booked for my 9-week appointment, and he was there with me, and we went, and he met my gynae, and they familiarized each other with each other. Life was good. Now I was excited. Like, now I was like, okay, cool. Now you can tell me congratulations. I'm excited now because, yes, finally I've spoken to this person who went through this with me, and we are happy, you know. We're really excited, and this is our lives now. This is gonna be our lives now. So yeah, cool. I'm going to we've agreed to we are not telling anyone, not our parents, not our friends, colleagues, nobody. Okay, it's just between the two of us. But we're like, okay, cool. We're gonna have to tell our moms when we reach the 6-month mark. That's what we had actually said. So Shimi was around until I got to 6 months. At this point, I was just visiting my gynae every 4 weeks, which was every month at this point, right? So we get to the 6-month mark, and Shimi has to go back now because work is literally waiting for him. So he has to go back to his country now. So he's like, I'm gonna have to now tell my side of the family. Then yeah, I guess this is me opening up. Now tell all gates have opened. So sharp, he goes ahead, he tells his grand, he tells his mom, and they're happy to hear the news, and they're extremely supportive of everything Shimi and I do, for real. Like, they're extremely supportive, and they're glad that we kept it to ourselves until the point that we did, and they're happy that now we're letting them in. You know, it's nothing personal. I just like when people don't take things personal, guys. Like, especially if it's like an action that benefits, or not necessarily benefit, but like if something I'm doing, you don't take it personal. I like that. Like, I've grown to like that, because I feel like I used to internalize what people do, forgetting that, like, you are your own person. Your actions should never impact me in such a way that I'm mad at you for making a decision of some sort. You know what I'm saying? So I could have imagined somebody being mad at me for keeping this away from them, but it's my choice to do that. Like, this is my life. I don't understand why you mad, you know. But anyway, yeah, so they're happy and they're excited. They can't wait to meet their grandchild. Sharp. Now Shimi leaves. I'm now left alone. Now the onus is upon me. I need to tell my mom. I'm like, okay, I want to give my mom an experience, so I'm gonna invite my mom to my appointment. The day I was meeting up with my mom for lunch to talk about my baby brother. Yes, we were gonna go talk about my baby brother, but before we went to lunch to go talk about that, we firstly went to my gynae. So I told my gynae and her staff, like, not to tell my mom, like, not to mention anything about it, because obviously when I get there, the lady Dominique will ask you questions, and she will, you know, like, she will ask you questions regarding your pregnancy, and like, if you're with somebody will pick up with, oh, she's pregnant, yo. So I was like, please, let's keep this on the low. Like, don't ask me around my mom. Like, take me to the room and stuff. Like don't speak in a way that she'll hear, because I don't want her to hear. I wanted to see. So sharp, like, it was an experience for her. That's how I broke it down to my mom. We went to my gynae, and when we got to my gynae's room, and my gynae was now looking at those things on the computer and stuff, I could see my mom reading, but you don't know what she's reading. She's just like reading. But you can tell she's confused. Like, what am I reading? Like, why are we here? Is she coming to test for pregnancy? Is she already pregnant? Like, it was not yet giving. You know, like, it's not yet giving. Like, what are we here for? You know. Ooh, it tastes good, cold or hot. I'm just testing this out because I saw mommy saying you must just drink jungle juice to increase your milk supply, and I need it, girl. We go to the room where we are looking at the baby there by the scan and stuff, and you can see now my mom can see the baby. I think at that point I was like 28 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I must have been 28 weeks. Guys, I am sorry for those plates. It's Sunday. My mom cooked. She's obviously dishing up, so there's that. You know, my mom is pleasantly surprised. You can just tell on her face. She is pleasantly surprised. And, you know, now we go out for lunch, and I go talk to her, and we discuss some of the stuff that we needed to discuss. And I tell my mom not to tell anyone. You know how our parents are, guys. And my mom, I think she's that kind of mom. My mom is always so proud of anything that we do. And she will share with, like, people that she loves and trusts. And I don't think everybody, obviously, something we're proud of or happy with and happy about, not everyone is going to receive it the same way. So you could be excited that you're about to be a grandmother, and stuff like that. You go tell someone else and they don't receive the news like that, Bona, they receive the news ganjani. So I was just like, you know what, but with this really, because pregnancy is such a delicate time in a woman's life and you're vulnerable, and I felt like I don't think it's necessary. Please don't tell anyone. For me, please just don't tell anyone. And obviously my mom will always understand the assignment. Like, my mom is a girl's girl. That's my girl. Okay, she's my girl. That's just that on that. So she understood. She had no questions to ask. She was just happy to be there. Okay. One thing about her, she's just happy to be there, happy to be a gogosita, and just happy, So yeah, that's how that now played out. So then after that, at my 30-week appointment, so like I said, I don't have a medical aid. I did not have a medical aid. Now my gynae has to, obviously we now have to start booking hospitals because now I'd reached 30 weeks, right? My plan was obviously to give vaginal birth. My plan still is to give vaginal birth. We're still going on and continue with vaginal birth. Cool. I'm eligible for vaginal birth. My baby's sitting in the right position and everything is going well. So natural birth all the way. Cool. So my doctor's like, okay, so let me know, what are we doing? Are we booking you with the private hospital? Are we booking you with the public hospital? What are we actually doing? I'm like, you know what, Ne? I've done enough research and I think I want to go give birth at a birth center. I do not want to give birth at a hospital. She's like, okay, cool. So which birth centers have you looked at? And I'm like, okay, I had found one birth center like that. And I tell her what birth center I found. And she's like, okay, no, there's another one that I know. And she refers me to this person. She's like, maybe you can compare the two and you can pick your poison. Yeah, I'm like, cool, no problem. So I'm like, yeah, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to do that, look into the birth center stuff. And then once I found a home, like once I found a birth center, I'm sure that's where I have to start to attend and carry on with them, So that'll obviously bring me to the end of coming here. She's like, no problem, just update me, because we had built a bond small like that, guys. Like, that lady loves what she does. I always talk about, you can always tell the difference between somebody who does something like as a means of survival, like you're doing it because you're getting paid to do it, and somebody who's doing something because they're absolutely passionate about it, like they love their job, you know what I'm saying? And my gynae was just that person. Oh my god, like, ugh, I love her to bits and pieces, and I'm definitely gatekeeping her because that's that. So fine, I look at the options, and the person she referred me to, or the person she suggested to me, I'm like, let's go with her, let me go with the person she suggested to me, because the other person I'd found off of TikTok reviews. So I was like, at least Lana Ngiso Uti, my gynae, has actually recommended this person to me. So I don't know, it felt close to home, because I had built a bond with my gynae and I felt like she understood me, we understood each other, we understood each other's needs and stuff like that. So I always want a personal experience when I'm doing stuff like this. Like, I feel like when you're doing stuff like this, you have to have a personal experience. Like, you have to have your things need to be like you must know the name of the person who's helping you. You must know I just needed that. I need that thing. I need the consistency. I need stability. I don't want to be dealing with 20 different people. Do you get what I'm saying? And at the other birth center, the reason why I actually dropped the other birth center also was the fact that, like, you're not going to deal with one midwife. Like, there's 100 midwives working there or something like that. And I was just like, no, please. I was like, that is definitely not going to be something I want to do. I want to deal with one person the whole time. When I was going to my gynae appointments, I was dealing with just my doctor. That was that. I could never have dealt with somebody else during the time. So I just don't see how this is going to work for me. So Shapo, I contact the birth center. So I'm not gonna get into too much details regarding this birth center, because currently ongoing a legal matter. So I can't really divulge too much into the birth center issue. But yeah, you will just understand as time goes on. I contact this birth center that she referred me to, and we get to the paperwork, and now I start to attend my antenatals there, because obviously I'm giving birth with them. I attended 30 weeks until I was 34 weeks. Then from 34 weeks, I attend every 2 weeks now. So at 37 weeks, we now go and we do our gender reveal, we do our maternity shoot. So we couldn't do these things because obviously, like I said, Shimi's work is just crazy, guys, because he's never necessarily home the whole time, even if he's in South Africa. So getting that man around is actually quite crazy, So anyway, yeah, we now everything was quite late. We did our maternity shoot at 38 weeks, at 37 weeks. Now my mom has to come through and she's helping me out. Like, I don't want to say our parents are unsung heroes, because I will never stop bragging about the way my mom, honestly, she'll drop anything for me. Okay, that's one thing about her. She doesn't play when it comes to me. She doesn't play about me, and I love her to bits and pieces, because I feel the exact same way. I will not play about my mom too. So, and my mom drops everything and she comes and she takes care of me. Cool. So like I said, my due date was 40 weeks. Now 40 weeks hit and my due date comes and passes. Mind you, my baby's due in July. I remember asking my gynae, can we not make my baby be born on my birthday? Because that would be so iconic. She's like, if your baby comes on your birthday, congratulations and happy birthday to the both of you all. But it's not necessarily the safest thing to do, because you wouldn't have been full term. You know, I'm like, no, it's just, trying to check if we can't do something for the girls, because that would be iconic if my baby's born on the same day that I was born, But anyway, my baby is not born on the same day that I was born. So now we hit the 40-week mark and still no signs of labor. And the stipulation is, because a birth center cannot operate, they only do vaginal births. If I was to reach 32 weeks before the baby comes, I would have to be referred to a hospital. And obviously for me, in my case, it would have to be a public hospital, So I was praying and praying, would see like, can my baby come before we get to 42 weeks? Because I'd be devastated if I have to go to a public facility. And there's nothing wrong with the public facility. I think a lot of people are just so afraid of giving birth at a public hospital. Let me just speak for myself. Let me not even say a lot of people. I was scared of giving birth at a public hospital because of, obviously, staff treatment. I've never been hospitalized, you guys. I was hospitalized once, but also it was by default. Let me tell you, I was in grade 6. I was 12, and a concrete slab had fallen on my foot at school. Those leza is a concrete tafula and stool. So the table slab fell on my foot, and I was at school, and I was only hospitalized because there were no doctors on duty at that hospital, Netcare in Alberton. That was the first and last time I was ever hospitalized in my whole entire life, which is also, like I said, backward thinking of me and very close-minded of me. But that's another reason why I honestly did not want to have a medical aid, because I was just like, I'm not a sickly person. I don't come from a sickly family, guys. My mom, for crying out loud, that lady is getting a bit old, yeah, but she's not sickly too. Like, I don't know, man. I don't see a need for it. But, it's, like I said, it's backward thinking, because you're not taking medical aid because you're saying you're going to be sick. You're just taking it in case you do get sick, so at least you have something for the girls. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that happened. So I just, honestly, I felt like, also I have 2 of my cousins who had given birth at a public facility, and it was just not the best experience for both of them. So you do take people's experience and you make it not your own per se, but like you think, with you, if it was me in this position, what the hell, Yonte? You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I just was like, but I didn't close off the idea of me probably having to have an emergency C-section, because it would only have to be in an emergency that I go for an operation. I had already said I'm prepared to give birth vaginally. Like, my doctor had cleared me. She had said I am good to give birth vaginally. So nothing at this point would be holding me back, because, except God's will, for real. Like, anything that has to happen from this point on would only be God's will. I've prepared and planned for things that are in my control, within my control at this point in time. Anything else that's to happen beyond here is just God's will. That's what was my thinking around the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So cool. Sharp. 40 weeks comes around. My mom is here. We're doing everything we're supposed to do. And guys, the whole 9 yard. The raspberry leaf tea, we're drinking it. Okay. Pineapples, we're eating them. Dates, we're eating them. Walking, we're walking. Exercising, we're exercising. I had been exercising even prior to, obviously, my due date being closer, even though it was not as hectic and intense as it was now that I was just really pushing for baby to come, because I just didn't want to get to the 42-week mark, Sharp, we're doing all of that. Sana, there's no sign of labor. Everything that this lady keeps on asking me when I go for my checkup is not there. They're asking, do you have a headache? I don't have a headache, master. I'm fine. And that's another thing I thank God for, guys. I had a swift pregnancy. I never had any symptoms. No morning sickness, no afternoon, evening sickness. I eat every and anything. There was no such thing as food makes me gag. I want to throw up. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I ate everything. I did everything. Okay, I was fine. The only thing, honestly, that made me feel like I'm pregnant was just moving around in bed. If you know, you know. Turning, oh my love, that ish was painful. That ish was brutal. That's the only thing I could say reminded me that I'm pregnant. Every time I had to turn in bed, that was crazy. Every time I have to go to the bathroom, that was crazy. Standing up, that was crazy. Those are the only things that honestly gave that I'm pregnant. Other than that, I had the smoothest, most clean pregnancy. Nothing. I was no sick. I was nothing. Okay, I was nothing at all. So I thank God for that. I really thank God for that. No physical changes that were drastic. I even kept on asking my guy, and I was like, "Can't you talk to me now? When am I gonna change?" You know that challenge where people are like, "Pregnancy will humble you. This is how I looked before pregnancy. This is how I looked during pregnancy." I was prepared for all of that. Like when I say I was prepared for all of that. Like I was really good seeing you sabega and I'm like saying it right, saying it, said to you sabega. You sabega doing a sopanto. Oh, I'm ready for my face, my physical features to start changing. I'm ready for my face to even break out. I was just ready. I think I was overly prepared and nothing was happening. No big physical changes. The only big physical change that I had, it was not even big. I just had a breakout on my chest and I still have the marks, but it really looks like puberty. I won't lie. Like it's not crazy, it just looks like puberty. It looks like puberty. Anyway, so that happens and then we get to the 41 week mark. Guys, 41 weeks, you know, 41 week, 1 day nothing, 1 day, 2 day nothing, 3 days nothing. On the 4th day, it's a Friday and still there's no sign. Like on Fridays we try and have takeouts. Like Fridays nobody's cooking. Okay, we just ate with my mom. We had KFC and I had spicy food because my midwife said, you know what, let's just do spicy food and see what happens, you know. So sharp, I had spicy food. Okay, cool. So this should set us up good, right? This was around 7 p.m. when we had the food. So we're chilling with my mom. I'm like, Mama, this child is not coming and I'm losing my mind over it. I'm thinking too much about it. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do something nice for myself. I like maintenance, guys. Like, not the process. I don't like sitting down and getting it done. But once it's done, I really feel like a girl. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just book us in for us to go get our hair done. And we're just going to be girls, you know? So I tell my mom, like, now we're going to be girls. We're going to go get our hair done. I'm gonna book us even for Monday for Lady to do our nails because my nails were crazy. Like my nails were crazy. I did my nails before my birthday. Now we're like mid-July. So we're gonna do our hair Saturday. Then we're gonna go do our nails on Monday. So I make the bookings with the 2 beauty ladies and good to go. All systems go. Great. So and as my mom keeps saying, you know, it's raining outside. I think the baby's coming, man. I think the baby's coming this weekend. This is a sign the baby's coming. My mom is like, her grandmother used to say that when you want to like speed up the process of giving birth or whatever, you need to untie your hair, you need to undo your type of thing, you know. So my mom is like, yeah, like my grandmother used to say that, like, you know, so probably this is also a sign for us, so we can, you know, allow the baby to come. I obviously mean at 18 April we are, you know, mothers of now, you know. You know. So I'm just thinking, my mom's just saying these things in JNJ, you know. I'm not taking it to head, guys. We're ready. We're like tomorrow because our appointment was for 9 o'clock with Madam Josephine for our hair. So guys, we go to bed. Angazi ngo-11 sis konto ayangizwa kahle. Ngo-11 konto angizwa kahle. Ebusuku ngo-11 something is like madam, stand up. So obviously, because like I said, guys, we are mothers of now, we are mothers of TikTok. So I had obviously done my research. I know that labor pains would feel like period pains, just, you know, more intense. So yeah, that was something that I was told, or something that I knew of already. So I felt like I'm literally having period cramps, but like at a more magnified volume, you know. Just period pains from hell, basically. So yeah, I felt every single bit of them. But this is now around 11. Oh, my lash glue is finitoed. I start feeling these labor pains. But they're not as intense as like crazy. But I contact my midwife and I'm like to her, Madam, labor pains have started. She's like, okay, labor from home. Do what you need to do. Walk around. Get some rest. Lay down. Whatever the case is. So what I was doing was I was just laying down, walking up and down, pacing up and down. This happened from 11 p.m. until 4 a.m. At 4:30, I'm like to Shimi, babe, we're gonna have to go because I can literally feel this, like it's coming now. Like I can't do this. I tell my people, I'm like, guys, it's go time, but somebody seen a bed center because I am literally like, now I'm dying for like anything beyond this is just, I'm dying. Is what I can tell you. Okay, cool, sharp. So we make our way to the birth center, and mind you, I'm vlogging. I've been vlogging since my contraction started because obviously I have Mumtwala, so you will be there. You will be there when baby Mumtwala is born. that goes without saying, you know. Obviously, in a facility where they will allow me to do that, I am taking my people with me. My people will be there for the birth of baby Mtwala, is what I'm saying at this point. I'm vlogging. I'm going to put a vlog, guys. I'm going to put up a vlog of everything I'm speaking about. Like, I will put up a vlog. It's just that it's going to be all over the place because I wasn't vlogging consistently. Sharp. So now we are making our way to the birth center, and my contractions are literally 4 minutes apart, and they are lasting. girl. Nah, I thought I'm giving birth at that point. We get to the birth center, they assess, and she says I'm 4 centimeters dilated, and I'm definitely in labor, you know. No, my water breaks. Yeah, but when my water breaks, she assesses again, and she's like, you know what, you currently, like, you're having fetal distress, and I will not be able to help you give birth. I'm gonna have to transfer you to a hospital. I'm like, okay, no wahala, no problem. At that point in time, guys, I'm in so much pain. I'm just thinking, can my baby arrive healthy and safe? Whether I'm going to a public hospital, I'm going to a private hospital, no matter being happy at this point in time, all I want is just for my baby to arrive, and I just want to be relieved from the pain, because that pain is crazy. Let me tell you, I felt like the kind of pain like I was going through, it's almost as if it's an out-of-body experience. It feels as if it's not my body. Like, it's like I'm going through this, but it's not my body. I don't know how to explain it, man. You know, like, certain things you're just gonna have to go through them yourself to understand them, honestly. Like, it felt like it's not me who's going through this. I don't know how to explain it to you. Like, I don't know how to explain it to somebody who's not gone through it before. I just didn't feel like myself. I was numb but in pain. I don't know if you get it though, but like, it's like I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I was going through that. Anyway, we get transferred, we go to OR Tambo, right? We get there and it's all systems go. But in my head, I'm already prepared for the rude nurses or doctors, the crazy shit crap treatment, you know, that everybody talks about. I was just ready for it, you know. I bang liar, son. Bang liar. When I got there, I found student doctors. My mom told me, kill them with kindness. Just do what they say and keep quiet. Don't give them attitude. You know, don't do that. Like, don't try and fight for yourself or like defend your honor, or like, just listen to what they say. Kill them with kindness. Smile and do what they want you to do. You know, that's the only way you're going to be able to deal with those rude people, because they're rude. Like, you're not going to take it away from them. They're very rude, you know. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. But I won't lie, from the moment I got into the hospital, I was handed over to a doctor. And because my case was an emergency, they had to drop what they were doing and attend to me. And they were student doctors, like I said. But maybe they were nice because they were men. But I mean, aftercare was with ladies. But the ladies were also nice. Also, the ladies that were taking care of us were students. And they were, like, the night shift ladies were abantu abadala. Nasekuseni bekuba abantu abadala. Khona emini bekuba ma student, like, you know, doctors and student, I think nurses or something. I don't know. But yeah, like, it was not the experience that I had anticipated. I was thinking, when I get bullied, swear at, spoken to like you're crazy, spoken to like you're nothing at all, like you had privacy. When I left the midwife's facility, she just said that there's fetal distress, but obviously, because like I mentioned, midwives can only help you with vaginal birth. They cannot do C-section. I kind of did not that I had anticipated that it's C-section. She just said that there's an emergency now, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. I was like, okay, cool. So I wasn't sure what the emergency was about, so I was like, I mean, they're just gonna, you know, do vaginal birth, because that was the plan from the onset. That's what we had planned to do, girl. Like, that's exactly what we wanted to do. That's what we were doing, you know. Anyway, we get to the hospital and they confirm this number of fetal distress, ngempela. Then they let me know that, madam, we're going to have to perform a C-section on you because it's an emergency and your child is in absolute distress. At that point in time, I'm thinking to myself, obviously with the public hospital, you can't necessarily ask for a C-section. But I'm like, honestly speaking, with the pain I'm feeling, I would have honestly volunteered. I'd have said, you know what, name, just to split this up because I can't do this anymore. Can you guys just please let me have a C-section because I can't. It's killing me. I'm dying. I am dying, and can you please just take my baby out? Cut me open. I can't do this anymore, you know. I like you're being honestly, but obviously they just communicated with me that that's exactly the route that we're going, because they also did analyze that thing that I hate, that invasive process that I hate, where they have to slot their fingers in you to see how far along. Oh god, guys, like I don't know, pregnancy is a humiliation ritual. I enjoy my pregnancy, I'm not gonna lie, but damn. I do not want anyone touching me anywhere. Do not touch me. Why must you put your fingers there? Like, why must you do that? I hate that thing so bad. But yeah, anyway, it has to be done. So they do that, and they confirm I'm 6 centimeters dilated, but they asked me not to push or anything of that sort because now, like I said, there's fetal distress and we're gonna have to perform an emergency C-section to get the baby out. I'm like, anything that has to happen, can it happen right now? Because I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm about to walk out of this hospital and I don't know, go away, but honestly, I can't do this anymore. And so yeah, that happens. I go through the C-section and we take out an alive bouncing baby at 4 kgs. Can you imagine? You are us Ingan. Yeah. But when I think about it, I'm like, probably God saw that she is not ready to push a baby out, especially a 4 kg baby, because when we were going to the ward after the theater and I saw those girls giving birth, the way they were screaming, it just it gave, was I ready? I don't think I was ready. Anyways, my baby is born and I am the happiest mom on earth. I couldn't contain my happiness. I was crying. They put the baby on your chest like for 5 minutes. You don't really have golden hour like that in a public hospital because they need to get this thing moving. And now you moved to the aftercare out of the ward where you're now going to be laying there for 8 hours so that the medication can leave your body. Because remember, they numb you. They don't kill you. You don't go like dead. No, they just numb you so that you don't feel the pain. You can feel what's been done to you. You can definitely feel as and when they're opening you up and taking the baby out. You can feel everything as they're stitching you up. You can feel everything, but it doesn't feel like pain. It feels like pressure. So yeah, I could feel everything and I could see everything. I could see when they're stitching up. I could see when they're cutting. I could see when they extract the baby. I could see everything basically. So they now take you back to recovery. That's where you're gonna now be recovering. Everybody was nice. Like the staff at recovery were nice. I remember my phone was in my gown, which was in my bag because I packed a hospital bag, because at the birth center you treat it like a hospital. So my phone was in my gown. I remember the nurse that was helping me, I was like, sir, please give me my phone. And I directed her where to get my phone and she did it and she gave me my phone. If you could ask me on a scale of 1 to 10 what my experience was at a public facility, I'd give it a 9. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I'd honestly give it a 9 out of 10. And the 1% is the food. Obviously, the food was not the greatest. But yeah, other than that, everything else was fine. Like I said, my mom told me, babe, just just be a yes man so that they can help you and you can be out of there. Remember, this is just a couple of days. And literally, it was just 2 days and I was out. You know, she's like, you don't have to see them again. You don't have to go through this again. So just do that. Other than that, yeah, honestly, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It honestly felt good. Like we were spoken to like normal human beings. You were not treated as a group, like we had like different nurses assigned to you, and your specific nurse is this one who's coming to help you. I knew my nurse for the morning, but it was just 2 days. Like I said, like the day I gave birth, the day after, which is 1 day recovery, the day after that, which is the discharge day. Yeah, basically, God forbid my child has to sleep in a hospital. I would want to be sleeping in the same room as them, even if it's not in the same bed, but the same room as them. So I was like, I have to make ends meet and I'm gonna take a medical aid. So I definitely did that. I now have medical aid for myself and my son. So I think we're good to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, basically that's what happened. So then after that, now I'm done with my face. I'm just gonna talk and then we're done. So then after that, it's time for me to now tell my people whom I trust with, you know, these delicate details of my life. So yes, whilst I was still in hospital, the first person I had to call was Lebo, and she was very happy, but she couldn't believe it. She's like, what are you doing in a hospital? I'm like, meet this person here. And I show her my baby. She's like, who's that? And like, why are you there? Like, what's going on? Like, what's this? Like, because obviously my friends never saw me when I'm pregnant, guys. Like, my friends never saw me when I was pregnant. That's the crazy part of it. Like, that's the crazy part of it. So she's like confused. What the hell is going on? And my friend, that's my baby. She's like, when were you pregnant? You know? But her reaction was priceless. Like, I love surprising people. I think I love surprising people because like I really do. Like I really do. So I knew that my friends are gonna be surprised, and you know. So she's like, when did this happen? Like, when did all of this happen? What do you mean? Like, what is all of this? So, you know, she was happy. She was there with her wife. She shows Jay, and Jay is happy as well, you know, and they really like happy that I actually kept it together and I kept quiet about it, you know. And I did to her and I was like, you know, friend, you know how we are. Like, because we've spoken about this in length before. We've spoken about this extensively before. Like, oh, should I fall pregnant? I don't want a baby shower. I don't want a baby what. I want nothing. I just want to keep it to myself until the baby is here. When the baby is here, I can start to tell people, my baby is here. My baby is here. Like, when the baby is here, I'll say, the baby is here. Like, you don't have to all see all of that. I can tell you like this. Rather. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, no, rather. And then afterwards, I was like, I need to tell my cousins from my dad's side, because I feel like, I don't know, guys, like, you know, like I said, like anything you can control during your pregnancy, I think you should do that. Curate your own experience, you know. And sometimes things that you are happy about and excited about is not the next person will be happy and excited about. But there are your people whom you know, something like this, I know for a fact that also are happy for me, you know what I'm saying? So I have no doubt that these people have my back. Like, that's why I'm saying these are my people, and they're not gonna be mad and make it personal that I didn't tell them that I was pregnant. It's a personal choice, got nothing to do with you. It's not that I don't tell you because I don't trust you, or I don't tell you because I don't love you, or I love you any lesser. It's just a personal choice to say, this is just how I want to experience my pregnancy. I want to experience it in private. It's not a secret. It's just private for now until it's done, you know, sealed, signed, and delivered, and I'm back with, you know, something to show for it, you know, type thing. Not to say my baby is like a token or something that I'm showing the world, no, but just to say, for me, that's what made sense at the time, and that's what still makes sense. And I'm still saying, even if I were to fall pregnant tomorrow, trust and believe this is exactly how I'm gonna do it. Again, this is how I like for me to do it. So even with rolling down the news to, you know, my people, I knew who to call first and who to call second and who to call third. And I knew that I'm going to get the reaction that I need to get. After the reaction, I knew I'm going to get the treatment that I need to get. You know what I'm saying? That is why also when I told the first people that I told, my mom, Shimi's gran, I knew that those are the people that I needed at that time. And I knew that they're going to give me what I needed. So now that I've told these people, the first people that I needed to tell, I'm happy, you know. Now I started rolling it down to my other friends. Everyone's reaction is exactly how I would have loved for their reactions to be. Surprised, but happy for me, you know. And since then till now, I still get calls, video calls. My friends call me and they're just trying to check on me, trying to check on the baby. And it's very nice. It's a very nice and loving time in my life. Like, it's exactly how it felt when I was pregnant. It's a magical bubble that you can't explain to anyone. Like, you would have to actually go through it for you to understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But obviously people's experiences are different. You know, I see people say they were depressed during their pregnancy and they were lonely and they were sad. I could have been lonely, I feel, but I wasn't, because I told nobody knew about nothing. And I always felt highest, like the peak of anxiety was when I have to step out the house and go to the mall. Obviously I sell wigs on the side. When I'm done reviewing, I resell them. So when I have to take out hair parcels, going to the mall was just like, I would be like, oh my God, can I not get somebody to do this for me? Please, I'm a star. Because what do you mean I'm going to the mall? You know? And it's not like I didn't want people to see me pregnant, but I just didn't want people to see me pregnant for all. And I'm not hiding my stomach or anything like that. It's just, like I said, I just wanted this time to be for myself, you know, and myself only. And that's just what I wanted to do. Honestly, going to the mall, I could see a cousin of mine. I could literally bump into Mtwala, you know. And funny enough, I was bumping into Mtwala, but I love the fact that nobody has made me uncomfortable. I don't remember somebody saying you're pregnant or congratulations before I've said anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? At the mall, when I'm meeting them up, like, people would see me and I'd see them and we'd hug and embrace and we keep it pushing, you know, to a point where I remember this one Dwala, we met at the mall, we spoke, we hugged, she left. When I got home, I got a DM from her. She's like, I really appreciate that you gave me time when we spoke. And I'm like, it was lovely meeting you and thank you for being so nice and warm. And we parted ways. She never made me uncomfortable. She never mentioned anything about my stomach. And at that time, Sana, I'm here. At that time, I am here. And I was like, this lady was raised quite well. I love people who come from good homes where you're taught to you don't comment on somebody's body, because what if I'm not pregnant? What if I've just got something growing in my stomach, like a cancer or something like that? You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna start congratulating someone until they said something, because nowhere on my social media did I speak about I'm pregnant, or nowhere did I tell anyone that I'm pregnant, you know. So I like the fact that she didn't want to jump the gun and be the one to say, you know, unless I say something to her. She was, and you can say, like I'm saying, I wasn't dressed in a way that hides my stomach. I wasn't dressing to hide anything. I was dressed, and I mean, I've got skimpy clothes, like my clothes are tight, type thing, you know. So I was still wearing, I didn't buy maternity clothes, please. Where are they gonna fit now? I wasn't wearing maternity clothes. I was wearing the clothes that I'm wearing right now, like this top, like, do you know what I'm saying? So it was just that So like I said, up until this point, according to my knowledge, nobody was mad at me for not telling them that I was pregnant. Yeah, so with everything that I've mentioned that has been so positive, so nice, lighthearted, it brings me to something which I felt like I never ever want to speak about this. But because it was happening to me as and when I was pregnant, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let it slide, because I'm now the biggest advocate of pregnant people, because I understand now what it feels to be in it. Even though before I was pregnant, I would give people who are pregnant respect and courtesy, because I feel like I've got good home training besides home training. Because I feel like a lot of times, guys, I feel like it's insulting also to talk to people about the way they were raised, because some people were raised quite well, but people just decide to grow up and be for no reason, you know. Even though we are kindly right, and then want to decide with myself, they do things that they were not taught to do, you know. So there would be instances where people will comment on a video of mine that I've posted and say congratulations, you know. And in my head, I'm thinking, congratulations on what? Like, I'm not understanding what this is about. So when someone says congratulations, I just would delete the comment and just move on with my life and block you. But then there were the ones that were very audacious to say, oh, Mtara, you look pregnant, congratulations. And, or, you know, I'll put the screenshot, because I would screenshot it before I block it, because I knew I wanted to talk about it. I've really grown a really, really strong passion for pregnancy, you know, because I've gone through it and I understand the delicacy of it. I understand the vulnerability of a woman during this time, how sacred this thing is, and just I have a newly found respect, honestly, for, like I said, I've always been and I still am, but like now it's to a, like it's deep now, you know. I picked up that people are so comfortable to do stuff like that. If I haven't spoken about something, you're not going to come to me and tell me congratulations on what? Because I feel like you're prying, you know, you're prying, and it's not rooted in wanting well for me, even though it's guised as that, it's disguised as that. Like, someone will come and write something like, I hope I'm not being too forward, but I just wanted to say congratulations, you're going to be a good mother. On what? I haven't said anything to anyone. Why do people have this itch to want to be the first to break people's news? Like, why do you want to be the first? Why do you want to be the first person to break my story? Like, why if or something about me that I'm still going to speak about? I'm not saying I'm not going to speak about it, I'm just not speaking about it now. Why do you want to rush me? Why do you want to rush the process? So I blocked all those people. And you know, I picked up, like, I had also a lot of people who had been supporting my YouTube journey from the beginning, ne? But when you do something like that, it's unforgivable in my books, because you know this is a delicate time in a woman's life, you know. And the most disappointing thing is you're a mother too, because you know, before I block you, I'm going to stalk you, you know. Before I block you, I'm going to stalk you before I block you. I'm going to go look for you at other places, because people think they're smart and they're slick. I always hear people talking about, how does Dominique find people's jobs? Guys, this information is very, very public. Trust me, it's very public. These things are very public. This account you've created, you think it's a ghost account, you think you're slick, you think you're smart, your user number 6 billion. I will find you with your user number 6 billion. Trust. So I'll find you, you know. So I would find them and I'd find their profiles, because they will use the same details that they're using on these fake accounts to create other real accounts. So I'll find your page, find that this person is on Instagram, find that they're on TikTok, they're posting their children. I'm like, you're a mother. Like, are you trying to invade my privacy because you were not granted the privacy when you were pregnant? That's why now you're trying to invade my privacy, because you know we don't talk about stuff like, especially we were black people, for crying out loud. And bull. We're black people. You don't talk about pregnancy in the first couple of months. You wait until you get to the safe spot where you can now start talking about it. You don't know how far along I am. What are you congratulating me on? I haven't even spoken about it. Why ungihambela phambili? Hence I'm saying it's deeply rooted in Tandaba Zabantu. There's nothing about I wish you well. If you wish me well, you'll wait for me to speak. And I don't for once think I am having people who are supporting me who are stupid. I'm sure we have about 18,000 subscribers on this channel. I can guarantee you right now, the majority that watch could tell that this person is pregnant for real. You know what I'm saying? But people are just like, we'll wait for her to break it to us because it's better when she breaks it to us. Look at her, she's giving us a full story even right now, as I'm doing right now. Do you get what I'm saying? It's also nicer when it's broken to you by the owner of Indaba. Why must you as somebody who's not me? Am I pregnant by you? Am I pregnant by your father? Am I pregnant by your brother? Now I'm being rude by asking these questions, but it's important that I ask, because why must you find a need to pry? And I don't care, like I said, you want to cover it up and say, I mean well, I hope I'm not being forward. You're being forward. You are hoping you're not being forward because you know you're being forward. Why must you do that? To a point where you send me a DM and you ask me, are you pregnant? You must be mad. You must be mad. So I haven't told anybody anything. I must come and answer you and tell you, yes, I'm pregnant, because you sent me a DM. So something has changed. Your nose is looking different. Your face is looking different. I'm like, it's just deeply rooted in Tandaba Zabantu, and it's disgusting because you are asking me about something that's so delicate, something that's so fragile, something that you know in our Black culture that we do not go around talking about it. I don't understand why do people find it so comfortable to talk to somebody about their wombs. It's giving your womb watcher. Like, why nithanda ibeletho zabantu? Like, why nithanda ibeletho zabantu? Now I'm starting to think nikhona la submit khona nina ibeletho zethu. Like, kukhona la maybe enhamba because people do dabble in black magic. There's no other thing I could think of that could make somebody so comfortable in wanting to find out about somebody else's womb matters. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. And I'm not sorry. Like, I'm not sorry, Uguti. This is how passionate I feel about it, because I don't see myself questioning anyone about the matters of their wombs, guys. Like, I couldn't care enough to out of my way to even comment about it under a post that's got nothing to do with it. No way. Up until this point, because now I've posted about it, but up until the point where I posted about it, there was nothing on my page that said I've spoken about my pregnancy. Because you want to be the first to break people's news. You want to be the first one to say something about somebody's moment. Why don't you let it be my moment? Why don't you let me be the one that speaks about it? It's so disgusting. Everybody has got the right to privacy. Like, no matter who you are, whether you're a social media creator, you've got 1 follower, 10 followers, 2 followers, everybody is entitled to everybody deserves the right to privacy. And when somebody is invading your privacy and impeding on these rights, you've got the right to block them. I'm gonna block you, but I'm also gonna talk about it because I want you to understand the fact that it's disgusting, especially coming from people who have got kids already. I don't understand what is your problem, because even when you were pregnant, I am assuming 1000% that you also kept it under wraps until you were ready to talk about it. People waited to hear it from your mouth. When you were ready to roll it out and tell people, you then spoke about it. Nobody ukambele pambili. If bakambele pambili, that is why you're now doing it to me. On some, let me be the first to congratulate you on what? It's just deeply rooted in ukuthanda indaba zabantu. I will talk about it. Give me the chance. Like, wait for me to break my own story. Ezami izindaba zizwe ngami. Ungafuni ukuthi kube uwe oqala uhambe ngeindaba zabo. I find it so bloody disgusting and it's driving me nuts talking about it. We've been speaking about positive, happy times, but this, I swear to you, it grinds my tits to the last level. I absolutely hate people that do that. I do not like it. And here, you're not going to do it because I'm going to block you. It's not happening. Yeah, that was my little life updates with the mini rant, because just that had to happen. So now I'm back to myself. I'm back to vlogging. I'm back to, regular programming. And I also wanted to touch on something. I will tell you this right now, right? I am navigating motherhood. I'm new at this. I'm a first-time mom and I'm navigating motherhood. Unfortunately, my mom is going back to work on Tuesday. So my ride with my mom is over. I'm not going to have this kind of time where I'm recording and my baby is sitting that side with my mom. Everything now is going to be just me and my baby. Okay, so I am a vlogger. I vlog right on here. That's going to be part of my content, and I'm not going to allow anyone to make me feel bad for being in this part of my life. I'm making this disclaimer so that after this video, if you decide I'm not gonna be watching Ukamo, I'm not gonna be subscribed to Kamo's channel anymore, I'm leaving because now, she's in another chapter of her life, which is in another stage or phase in her life, and I can't relate to it, or whatever it is that makes people to feel like the moment somebody has a child, they don't want to watch their content anymore. Please feel free to do that, because what I'm not going to tolerate is comments of people making me feel bad. I remember after Tia gave birth, a couple of weeks later, I don't know, somebody commented and said, so motherhood is going to be your entire personality. And I was like, I don't think people understand the fact that your life changes. The moment you step into this hood, your life changes. My life changed the moment I accepted that I'm pregnant. My life had already altered and changed into me being a mother, and I'm navigating it. So I'm stepping into it as a new person, as a person who I was not before. So if I'm vlogging and I'm hiding those parts of me, it's inauthentic. Like, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to keep you here because you're gonna go. If I start speaking about my child, it's never gonna happen. Let people be. Like, let me embrace what I'm going through with the people that really want to be here with me with what I'm going through. The day I'm having a white wedding, I can't now be a happy bride because you don't like brides. I need to konamanja, there's a trend where people just hate children and hate babies for no reason. But what I'm saying is, I don't care for all of that. What I'm saying is, you're not gonna make me feel bad for being in this phase in my life. I'm enjoying it as it is. Like, as it is currently, oh my gosh, I love being a mamacita. I am going to embrace being a mamacita. I'm a first-time mom. Like I said, I will be making mistakes. I'll be making them right here. I'll be asking all them, because I do have mommy supporters. I'll be asking you guys, I've tried this and that for colic. I've tried this and that for what. Guys, please help me, help. You know, I will be bringing all of them here. We are going to raise baby mtwala together. I will be doing it, and I'll be doing it my way, the way I really feel like is good for me and healthy for me, in a way that I like for it to be done. And you're not gonna make me feel bad for that. So hence I'm saying, if you feel like you're not gonna like that part of me, like the part of me where I'm being a mamacita, because it's gonna be here, please, you're not gonna make me feel bad. You're not gonna leave a comment talking about, is motherhood gonna be your whole personality? Yes, it is, unfortunately for you. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah, guys, we've come to the end of this video. You know me and a yap. You know me and a yap. We go like this, but I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. I need to go tend to my baby. Yes, already, we're there already. So yeah, I'm going to post the vlog of behind the scenes of the maternity photo shoots, and then our gender reveal. And yeah, I think I've got a couple of clips from the time I was pregnant, when I was buying stuff. It's not everything, it's not everything. I do have a couple of clips. I'm gonna compile that and make it one big nice vlog. It's probably gonna be all over the place, but please just show grace, because like I said, I wasn't vlogging all the way throughout. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna post that vlog. Please show it massive love, and thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for all the well wishes. I'm fine, everything's fine, we've been fine. We were just, you know, entering hoods, and we're now fully fledged in the hood, and there's no turning back. And I'm very happy. This is a magical time of my life. I'm happy, guys. Like, I'm really happy. I can't explain to you how I feel. You know, I don't want to be sentimental. I don't want to start crying. I am happy. I'm happy. Okay, just know that I'm happy. My baby brings me absolute joy. Like, my son gives me joy. Like, I'm happy. And this is the reason why I am so happy. Like, I can't explain to you how this little man makes me feel. It's jitters all around. He is so cute. He is the sweetest baby. He literally cries on cues. Obviously, like, babies cry when they're hungry and when they're probably sleepy. He's naughty now. He doesn't want to just sleep on his own. He will firstly do those things and not just sleep. And not just sleep on his own. And he's so cute, you guys. It's winter. My baby has a hat on. He has a hat on the whole day, every day, right? Oh, guys, he's so cute. I just can't. Look at him. He is so adorable. He is so big. He's tall, just like his dad. Mutenjengo Yisa for real. For real. And I can't wait for you guys to meet him. One day is one day. You will see him and you will love him, and we are just going to raise him together. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I hope you did enjoy. But before you go, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload an awesome video like this one. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye. Bye. Bye.